everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's game, time of possession should be a factor. The Chargers are top 10 in converting on third down, and they'll be up against the Giants defense that wants to get off the field. With that, we'll send it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. They've got the call in this Week 5 matchup.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. The scene here in Carson a moment ago. Both teams making their way out of the tunnel. Phillip Rivers, now the main man here in L.A., as his Chargers will match up with the New York Giants. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Kaepernick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
To throw, it's Kaepernick. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. These guys hooking up right away here, Charles. 2 plays, both passes in his direction, and both catches.
And in our time together, have we not seen the tight end position continue to develop in the passing game? You know, at some point, we may not call them tight ends anymore. We may have to come up with an entirely different way of designating that position and what they do on the field. Because when I hear tight end, I think of the old school, hand in the dirt, blocking on the line of scrimmage. These guys are much more receiver than they are guys who are going to move in the running game.
On first down, Kaepernick. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants are going to take a first quarter lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And New York set to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
On that play, as you saw the route start to develop downfield, I got the sense that maybe the run would set up for him. And he took full advantage of it and got a big gain on a busted play.
Kaepernick now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Melvin Ingram in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Kaepernick to throw on second down. Buying time to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming.
And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa in there to drop it yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Second quarter in Cleveland. The Jets out to the early lead. Josh McCown with 1 touchdown pass thus far. And coming up later tonight in the NFL, we'll have the Chiefs heading down to Houston to take on the Texans. And then on Monday night, it'll be an NFC North battle. Vikings and Bears from Soldier Field.
Traditional rivals getting after it one more time.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, they're trying to throw the deep ball against a Pro Bowl corner of a year ago. I'm not real good at this stuff, but it seems to me that would lessen the odds of completing it, wouldn't it?
Might want to go to the other side of the field, although that's not any cakewalk either, but I'm with you. Bad guy to target there in the deep ball. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space to throw. Kaepernick. Sammy Coates has it complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That one goes for 24 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let them know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll let it go, and that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 46 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence.
And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham with his second touchdown. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
I I think people underestimated how important fundamentals are, because Joey Bosa's hand placement, hand usage, and ability to beat guys in front of him to get to the quarterback, pretty good for a young player.
10.5 sacks. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Melvin Ingram in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, here's Kaepernick. He finds his target, Beckham. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
And he's going to be out of bounds down to the 25. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Odell Beckham, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game. Right now, we're all even. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. And now out come the Giants. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense again.
And that's caught inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
And unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. Now Kaepernick throwing on second down. That is caught at the 7. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. And he's also made a jump.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And the Giants ready to come out now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go.
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action here on first down. He'll let it go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dwight Lowry. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So how about that for the Wings? Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Brandon Meebing in there to record another sack. Their 6th of the afternoon.
It's been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham, 59. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now Kaepernick fighting through, eluding the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
To throw is Kaepernick. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Well, sometimes when you try to defend OBJ, you're going to get a PI call.
You might get a PI called at just about any point during his route. And I think a lot of teams have taken the whole philosophy of, hey, just go ahead and do what you have to do and hope eventually they'll quit calling it. And not in this case, they dropped the flag for the pass interference.
Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try again with Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Matt Jones in the final. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. Kaepernick going to throw. Dancing to his left. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team. And that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. 3 yards to go on second down. First throw of overtime for Kaepernick. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Throwing on first down is Kaepernick. Flush to his right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Kaepernick now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 11 more on that one and another first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're an OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the play.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Denzel Perryman in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dwight Lowry, and he is all the way up past the 25. A costly mistake here. Now, following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dwight Lowry. A great game that we got to see and making it.